Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here at Floify. We'll give everyone just another minute to join, and I'll get started here soon. Welcome to our Tips and Tricks webinar. My name is Tanya, and I'm a member of the customer support team here at Floify. Today I'll be taking you through Floify's pre-approval letters, along with the Arizona and Texas state required approval and qualification forms. During this presentation, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback about pre-approval letters or any other functionality in the Floify platform, please use the live chat feature on your screen to reach us directly. My fellow team members are standing by to address any questions or comments that you may have along the way. If you have a personal wish list or any recommendations for features that you would like us to cover in upcoming webinars, please send your ideas to us through the live chat as well. Let's do just a quick overview of the topics we're going to cover. We'll first cover how to set up your pre-approval letter template so that you can easily send out a letter to your borrowers branded with you and your company's information. We'll talk about the fields that are available, along with some tips and tricks to get your letter to come out just right. Next, we'll cover how to generate the letter on your end, as well as inviting realtors or partners to generate the letter on your behalf. Then we'll go over how to download the letter, whether it's someone on your team, the borrower, or even the realtor or partner. And then lastly, we'll see one of Floify's newest features, which is the ability to generate the Arizona and Texas state required forms for pre-qualification. If you don't do business in Arizona or Texas, you can go ahead and hop off when we get to this topic, or stay and listen in to see this amazing feature. We'll start with the pre-approval letter template setup. Our system can use your letter template as the backbone of the generator, meaning when your realtors, partners, and borrowers are out shopping for homes, they'll be carrying your brand around with them. We'll start with a completely blank template, meaning no borrower information is specified in the text. Once we prepare the template with the tags and generate, Floify stamps on the borrower's information along with any loan parameters that have been set by you onto the pre-approval letter template and sends it to the Docs Accepted tab to be downloaded and viewed by the realtor, connected, or the borrower. Just to touch on quickly, here is the list of fields that we currently support within the pre-approval letter template. We support the borrower names, which includes first and last names, along with an additional tag that supports only the first names. These two tags are conditional. If there's a co-borrower on the loan flow, we include the co-borrower's name in this tag alongside with the borrower's name. We have date, property address, loan type, and docs owed as well. The docs owed tag will pull in any documents that are still in the borrower's red docs owed documents requested tab of their loan flow. We have the actual sales price of the home, loan to value ratio, down payment, which is set in dollar amount. We don't currently support a down payment in percentage on the pre-approval letter. We support seller paid closing costs, a personal note, and the loan amount as well. You can always refer back to this webinar to see the fields. I'll also be showing you where these are located directly in your Floify account. So now we'll start with my template. Here's a generic pre-approval letter template that I've created branded with all of my information. It's multiple pages, and because I want the font to match what will be stamped onto my template, I've gone ahead and created the second page in Arial size 10 font. I have the date and property address up at the top, and you can see that there is no relevant borrower information anywhere. We can also see here that I've listed out my sales price, loan amount, down payment, loan type and term, and loan to value in a list format. We find that this works better than including these items in a paragraph because they can vary from borrower to borrower. So for example, if I put, I am pleased to notify you that you have been issued a pre-approval letter for a sales price of blank amount for a loan type and term of blank amount. If the values for these items change, it can leave blank spaces at the end or even right over the text. Additionally, for sales price, loan amount, and down payment, I've included the dollar sign because the stamp will not include these for me. However, for loan to value, Floify will automatically include a percentage sign at the end, so that is not necessary in your tag. Now I'm going to export this as a PDF and go ahead and upload it into my account. I'll hop into my account and I'm going to go ahead and head into my settings up here at the top. Then I'll go ahead and select the Realtors and Partners tab and scroll down where I have the option to edit my pre-approval letter template. I'll go ahead and select Upload Pre-approval letter template. From there I can browse and select my template from where I have it saved directly on my desktop. You'll go ahead and select Upload to get it fully uploaded into your Floify account. Now that my template is uploaded, I'm going to select the option here to prepare the pre-approval letter template. Since I have 2 pages, I just want to note here that we do support using the same tags on different pages. However, the tags can only be used once per page. Since my first page is just an introduction page, I'm going to go ahead and click on the second page to start preparing it with the tags. This is where you can find a full list of the tags we support as well up here at the top in yellow. And you can see they're fairly easy to just drag and drop wherever you need. I'm going to quickly prepare this. Our tags usually appear higher on the letter itself than on this preview page here. So as soon as I'm done dragging and dropping, I'll go ahead and save and then preview. At the very bottom, I'm going to include this personal note tag that I have here. I'll use this to include any type of customization I want to make on the letter, but you can also use this as a tag for a field that we don't currently support. I've seen some loan officers use this tag as the interest rate or occupancy, but you can use this for anything additional that you need. Now that I have all the tags on, I'll hit save. I'll select the go back button, and then I have the option here to preview my sample pre-approval letter. We'll scroll down to the second page, and you can see that all of the tags are showing up where they will display. So you can see, for example, this property address tag is a little bit lower than it should be. So we can go back to the prepare page and move that up a little bit. I'll go back again, go back to my preview, scroll down, and now I can see it's closer in line to the actual text. It can take a couple times to get everything just right, but after everything is all set, you won't have to hop back in here again unless you want to make any updates or changes. Now we'll go ahead and dive into how to generate the letter from both your side as the lender and what the realtor sees in their portal. Hopping back into my pipeline, I first need to set my limitations for my borrower. I'll go ahead and select the Edit Loan Flow button, and then I'll go ahead and scroll down to the Prepare Pre-approval letter section here. I'll go ahead and set my maximum sales price first. And this just means that if I'm giving a realtor partner access to generate the letter, they won't be able to go a cent over the price I'm setting. I'll go ahead and include my loan type as well. On my pre-approval letter template though, I actually set my template up to include the loan type and loan term because we don't have a tag for term. So I'll go ahead and put in FHA for the loan type, and then I'll add 30 years in for my loan term. Now, once the letter is generated, that field will show FHA 30 years. I'll go ahead and input the max seller paid costs as well, if this is applicable, and then I can put in my down payment range. You can see that that can be set up in a dollar amount or a percentage amount if I prefer. However, keep in mind once you actually generate the pre-approval letter, this will always show up as a dollar amount. If I know that the personal field is included in my pre-approval letter template as well, I would input that specific information here. Since in my template I've gone ahead and added this at the bottom so I can customize it per borrower, I'll just include a kind note thanking them. If I wanted to grant my realtors or partners access to generate the letter on my behalf, I will go ahead and scroll up to the Realtors or Partners section and select the Makes Letters permission for that realtor or partner as well. Once I've invited them to participate through Floify and given them this permission, they can simply log into the partner portal and create their own pre-approval letter there as well. This would apply for any client that they share with me, for any property that they're viewing, and it'll be listed on my custom letter template, bound by loan limits that I've set. The additional benefit is that they can do this at any time, so morning, noon, night, weekends, weekdays, really any time. Once all that information is included, I'll go ahead and scroll down to the bottom and hit Save. I'll first go over how to generate this on my end in the lender portal. I'll head into the borrower's loan flow first, so I'm going to go ahead and select the red, yellow, or green icons over on the left-hand side. And then from there, I'll go ahead into this right area and select the pre-approval letter button. This will pull up a new page that will ask you for some key information. So I'll go ahead and input my actual sales price first. And you can see that if I go over the parameter that I set, you will get an error message. Now I'll fill out the rest of the information. And then I'll select the option at the bottom to make a pre-approval letter. This will go ahead and create the pre-approval letter, and it will be available in your Docs Accepted here in the Letters tab for you to view or download directly. Now we'll go ahead and hop into the Realtor's view. As soon as I invited my Realtor partner to the loan flow in the Edit Loan Flow page, my Realtor partner received an email letting them know that they've been invited to follow along. The email itself contains a video with some brief instruction, as well as a link the Realtor partner can click on to proceed into the portal. I've gone ahead and signed in here as the Realtor, and then I can go ahead and click into the specific loan flow that I need to generate the letter for. You can see it's pretty similar to the view that the lender, have once we click into the loan flow as well. I'll click that same pre-approval letter button over here on the right-hand side, and then fill out the same information here to generate the letter. I'll go ahead and select the Make Pre-Approval Letter option here at the bottom to generate it. Just a quick tip for you here. If the Realtor partner generates the letter, they do have access to view and download it from their own portal, just as you can on the lender side. However, if you, the lender, creates the letter from your end, they do not have access to view and download the letter because we classify the document as a private document as to not share PII. There is a workaround for this that I'll show you just a little bit later in the presentation. Downloading the letter is super simple for all parties involved. Let's hop right in and see. Once again, I'll start back on my pipeline and click into the borrower's loan flow using the green button to get directly into the Docs Accepted bucket. Here, I can navigate to the Letters tab and easily select the down arrow icon to download the pre-approval letter directly. This is the exact same for the borrower. If I logged in as the borrower, I can also navigate to my Docs Accepted, then head to my Letters tab and click the down arrow to download. For the realtor, if I were to generate the letter as the realtor partner, I will have access to download via the Docs Accepted tab as well. However, as I mentioned before, if the lender has generated the letter, I don't have access to download or view the letter. This will require a workaround on the lender's part. After I, the lender, have generated the letter, I want to go ahead and select the Stock and Send Docs option over here on the right-hand side. I'll then go ahead and select my pre-approval letter and select the email option here at the bottom. From there, I'll go ahead and put in my realtor's partner's email and select the option to send selected docs now. You can see on this page, it gives you a preview of what the realtor partner will see on their end once you send the letter. So they will get an email, and that will give them access to download the letter directly and share with the borrower. Now we'll get started on the Arizona and Texas state required forms. Just as a precursor, these two new features utilize Floify's in-house e-signature solution, so you should always ensure that Floify is an approved e-sign provider with your company or your investors. If you should need assistance with obtaining investor or company approval, please contact support@floify.com with any documentation requests needed. With these new features, we now support issuing the state-required conditional qualification and conditional approval letters for Texas users, along with the state-required pre-qualification form, loan status update, and loan status report for Arizona users. To first get this enabled on my account, I'm going to navigate to the company dashboard. You do need to have admin access to access company settings, so if you don't have these permissions, please contact your company admin to get this enabled. Once I'm in my company dashboard, I'm going to click to get into my company settings up at the top. And then here in the first section, Basic Settings, I'll go ahead and click to edit my basic settings. In this section, I can see here that I have the option to enable Arizona or Texas forms. If I enable the Arizona forms, I'm going to then be prompted to enter the company Arizona license number, along with any expiration settings that I'd like. This means that after the forms have been prepared, the access to these forms will expire in the amount of days that I set here. If I enable the Texas forms, I'll be prompted to choose the company mortgage services along with those expiration settings again. I'll go ahead and hit save down here at the bottom, and then I'll go ahead and hop back into my pipeline. The next step is almost the same as the pre-approval letter feature. So the first step here is to hop into the Edit Loan Flow page for my borrower, and then I'll scroll down and select the Yes, Prepare Arizona or Texas forms for this loan. Once I've selected this, I'll go ahead and select this state. I'm just going to go ahead and select Arizona for this webinar, and then scroll down to the bottom and save the changes. Now that we have the Arizona forms enabled for this borrower, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the borrower's loan flow using the red, yellow, or green buttons over here on the left-hand side. Now I can see that over on the right, I have the option to generate Arizona forms to the right of the pre-approval letter button. Once I go ahead and click this, I'll want to select which form to prepare or generate, so I have the option to do the loan status update form or the pre-qualification form. I'm going to go ahead and click on the LSU option for now. And then up at the top, I'll fill in all my information along with the buyer's information here. If I scroll down in the documentation section, I'll go ahead and select the documents I've received from the buyer and go ahead and input the date that those were received. At the bottom section, I'll go ahead and put in my signature and my initials. And then I can go ahead and agree to the e-consent here. Additionally, I do have the option to authorize my realtors or partners to generate the forms. I can select the Save Changes button here at the bottom to save all of the relevant information. If I want to go ahead and generate the form right away, I can select the Generate Form button here to create the LSU and push this into the Docs Owed bucket. As mentioned previously, this behaves just like the pre-approval letter. It can be downloaded directly by me, my buyer, and my realtors and partners if they've generated it, or via the stack and send email option otherwise. That's it for today. I just wanted to thank you all for taking the time to join us today. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to send those to support@flowfi.com. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.